Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's me Gamerturk and this is part 23 of my Sonic Unleashed playthrough. We are in Eggmanland and this place is hell and it is a magnificent stage. Now this is by far one of my favorite stages in the whole Sonic the Hedgehog history. It is really challenging, but it is so much fun and so many alternate pathways here and there that you can take advantage of. Like if you jump over here, you can make it up there. And yeah, this is pretty hard. You really need to know what you're doing. If you really want to go through, really need to be careful. If this is your first playthrough, I really do not recommend taking the alternate pathways, because they're just gonna make things harder for you than they should be. So yeah, this is actually a place I have never been before. I usually take other routes, the regular route. Okay, can we make it up? There we go, that's done. Holy crap, that was close. Oh, look, there's another pathway. That's much easier. There's so many alternate pathways, it's incredible. There we go. Those were the main rails that can save you a huge amount of time if you actually took the path regularly, but I took the little shortcut instead of the main shortcut, which is much harder to achieve, and I'm comfortable with it. In Generations I haven't played Eggmanland here in Unleashed for a very long time, so I am not all that familiar after all this time. Yeah, Werehog parts are, well, they are more like time waster traps. You don't need to waste your time with them, most of the time at least, and you can skip them just like that. If you do that, that's really gonna save you a whole lot of time you can't even imagine. In this 30-40 minute stage, if this is your first time playing through, I can easily see the time going over the hour mark, so you will really need to save as much time as you can. Oh, there's a 1-up. I am taking that, thank you very much. And yeah, that's one thing about this stage. Sonic team is actually very generous in this part. They know this stage is hell, they know you're gonna die plenty of times. So they took the liberty of adding more than a couple of 1-ups in the stage where there are checkpoints. So you can, if you die, you can just go back to the 1-up and yeah, pretty much save yourself from getting a game over. It is especially painful if you're in the later parts of the stage, if you have to get a game over and start all over again, because this stage is just really pushes the boundaries of what you can call a challenge. So yeah, 1-ups are always appreciated. As usual, I'm trying to take care of the pea shooters first, because they're a pain in the ass, rather than these easy to kill ones. I'm not gonna worry about the finishers. I don't really need the score, at least till the end, where the big Gaia enemies will spawn. They are much easier to do the finishers on. Let's see, grab all the experience, of course. And as a friendly advice, you're gonna get so many experience through this stage. And what you're gonna wanna do is go to your status bar and upgrade whatever you wanna upgrade during the stage, because they are gonna be very useful, especially if you're not good on your strength and stuff. You're gonna need to upgrade that even during the stage. I'm actually quite amazed at myself that I haven't died yet. Like in my previous stage, I actually started Eggmanland, and yeah, I died like 5 times that I actually got here, so I'm quite happy with how things are progressing right now. Okay, this is where the tricky part comes, because we are getting the pushy walls in this section, if I'm not mistaken. Holy crap, the frame drop. And if you get stuck in there right in front of them, they are gonna push you off. It's a one-hit kill, so you really don't want to be in their vicinity for a longer period of time. Now, of course, there are a bunch of alternate pathways, and we are taking most of them because they are really useful. Oh god, please no. And rip. And this is one of those cases when Sonic Team realizes, holy crap, they're gonna die here a lot in this roller coaster section. So they put a 1-up right after the checkpoint, which is unavoidable. So you have to take the 1-up no matter what you do, which is always nice. Them acknowledging the challenge and being a little bit merciful. But yeah, I shouldn't die here. I'm quite familiar with this part at this point. Of course, when I say that, I have to die somewhere. So let's see where that's gonna happen. Hey, rip. Lost some rings, not a big deal. Now the end of the section is very tricky. Right here. If you boost through because you're getting thrown off the bobsled or roller coaster, whatever you want to do, call it, really need to be careful here because you can easily miss this ramp if you boost instantly. So I prefer to get hit there to get me to a full stop. That makes it a lot easier to make it to the ramp. Okay, we're not doing bad. It's 6 minutes and we're already halfway there. But the painful parts are coming with the Werehog. We're getting to the platforming section now. And, well, if I remember correct, yep, there is no drop shadow on these pipes. Which pretty much tells everything you need to know. You have no idea where you're dropping to. So you have to guess. Which is not the best way to do things. Really need to be careful. Watch out for the camera panning. The camera pans quite a lot in this stage. Of course, you can skip some of this stuff with elaborate, what do you call it? Combo moves. Like this. That part you can probably skip through jumping. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, let me make sure I got the right combo in my mind. Yes, this should be the one. Okay, no problem, we got this. Oh god, no. Thank you. Oh no! Why? Who thought this was a fun idea? Well, it's quite fun actually if you're not dying, but... Okay, screw that 1-up, we're not going for the pipe. Because it's pretty much impossible to land on it. We're going this way. Doing this. Hopefully make it to the platform. Yes. I am awesome. We're doing good. We're past the hard part, at least for the first section. Now here, these guys spawn indefinitely, so try to flip the switch without taking them on. You don't really need to waste your time with them. Because if you waste your time, they're gonna spawn indefinitely and it'll be much harder to flip the switch if the newly spawned ones are not in sync like the initial spawns. So go for the switch, don't go for the enemies. Okay, grab this. Now watch out here because things you grab here crumble apart if you're not fast enough. And there's fire, of course. I'm not sure if it's gonna extinguish itself or not, but yeah. Oh, there we go, it worked. Okay, this is painful. Go for the lower part. Don't risk it on the upper path, because it's pretty much impossible to land on those pipes if you really don't know what you're doing. Even if you do know what you're doing, without a drop shadow, it's near impossible. And be really slow here because the camera likes to fuck around. But yeah, if I can get this, but then why did the camera pan over there? What's over there? I'm not interested. No, turn around. Okay. Now this is easier, of course. No, stop panning around. I don't want to go there. Just jump up. The good thing here is if you slip down, you can grab that bag, which is your safety net, which is what you should be doing instead of taking the other paths, which are much harder to deal with. And next is quite simple. Just don't do what I'm doing. I suck. I get too overconfident sometimes. So that's definitely something you want to avoid, especially in Eggmanland. This place is hell. Okay, be really careful. Make sure to line up with the pipe. So when you push the analog stick forward, you land on the pipe instead of anywhere else. Okay, there we go. This is good. And some pro moves right there. Flip the switch and now we should be going back to the daytime stage. Oh no, not yet. Fuck. Again, don't worry about the enemies. Go for the switch. That's the first thing you want to do here. And just skip the part entirely. As I said, the Werehog parts are your time traps here. Really need to move forward without wasting your time in the Werehog parts. You can skip most of it, which will make your journey a whole lot easier. And we're back into the daytime part of the section. Be really careful because those pushy thingies, oh no, are everywhere here. Oh god, there we go. That's our first death in the stage. And I'm not mad, we really lasted long enough. I'm happy. Okay, that's good enough. Now to time your jumps, don't be too fast, but don't be too slow, because if you're too fast, you won't make it. If you're too slow, you still won't make it. Oh god, don't jump like that, please. How do I get up there though? Okay, there was a collectible that I have no idea how to get at this point, so screw that. We're moving forward. Oh yeah, we're out of lives. Not out of lives, out of rings. Just always bad. All you need to do is watch the buttons here. Shouldn't be too hard if you follow the instructions and not do what I have just done with my previous life. Oh, I love this part. And quick time. And these ones go down really, really fast. Now, there's a trick with the quick time events. If you pause right before hitting the panel, you can see what you will have to hit, so you can prepare yourself if you're not good with the quick time events. That's a tip that will help you quite a lot, especially in the later sections. Oh god, I'm boosting, but I'm not fast enough. Please grab more rings, I'm running out of energy. There we go, that's good enough. Oh god, well, I tried. Okay. Now this part might be a little tricky if you're not prepared, so you really need to make your timing count here. Make sure when you're homing attacking, the panels are just about coming up. Don't do it too early or you will fall to your death. Oh god, that's not good, but we are alive. I have no idea what I just did. I probably did something wrong, but it worked out in the end, so who cares? Just gotta keep moving. More quick time events, which are really, really fast. And we're done here. There we go, that was close. Okay, skydiving section is a little bit trickier because the skydiving controls are so slippery and you can easily run out of rings here and there, so really watch out. Just like that, don't do that. Be careful, and yeah, that was actually a solid skydiving section even though we got hit like 2 times. Make sure you don't fall into the lava, right? That'll be the worst thing you can do. Now, when you come here, this is the tricky part. Well, not really the tricky part, but when you come here, your main instinct when you see the lever is that you have to turn into the Werehog. But no. You can come over to the right side, you can go up here and skip a whole nighttime section, which saves you a whole lot of time. Which is always nice, especially in a long stage like this. Now, there are a couple of hazards here and there, but they shouldn't be too bad. I mean, you can get hit a bunch of times, but it's not the end of the world. And here, it's inevitable that you turn back to the Werehog. And this should be the final section of the stage, if I'm not mistaken. We're really close, at the 15-minute mark. Quite good, actually. You can, if you get used to the things, like run the stage a couple times, it's quite possible to get this below 10 minutes. I've actually done it in my main save file, so... Of course, that was during a time where I was very familiar with things. Now here, the enemies will spawn, and you will think, oh, killing the enemies will probably open the doorway, right? Wrong. Go in here, flip the lever, and you move on. Don't fall to the tricks Sonic Team wants you to fall into. Just stay safe, be fast, that's all you need to do here. Shut up, Sonic. Shut up, Sonic. Shut up, Sonic. Oh, screw this, really? There we go. Okay, here we got some pushy things over there. Okay, that works, I guess. Okay, I don't really remember what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe go here? No? Maybe we need to kill these guys, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably it. Kill the guys, the lasers go off. Oh, screw you. Not good. Not good. Stop falling down, please. This was much easier in Generations, where Werehog wasn't there. But it's fine, it's not terrible. There we go, our laser's unlocked. So we go over there. Pull the lever. Oh god, no. And yes, this should be leading us to the final 2 rooms with big Dark Gaia enemies, and that will be actually the only time we see Dark Gaia enemies in the stage. Weirdly, I mean not weirdly, it's Eggman's base, so it's quite natural that there are Eggman enemies, but you see what I mean, right? We're almost there. Oh no, I was mistaken once again. We got a little platforming section here. There are a couple of collectibles here and there, of course, as well as your usual 1-up. Do not make a leap of faith. I mean, try not to. Always look down where you're supposed to land. If you do it like this, chances are you'll probably fall down to your death. Use your right analog stick, look at where you need to fall down. Oh, no, no. And yes, that's what I mean by leap of faith. Don't do that. Okay, we jump now. No. No. Oh, that was close. And we made it. Okay, come on. Last section. We're coming. I probably don't sound so enthusiastic, but believe me, I really love the stage. It's just you need to concentrate in the stage. Okay, now I'm not sure if I'm supposed to flip a switch here or not, so let's find out. Yep, there is a switch. Please don't get it, please don't get it. There we go. And you know you're gonna have some big enemies when you get 2 buffs in the same preparation room. But it's gonna be easy because we are using our unleashed bar as well. And this guy actually has friendly fire. It can hit Eggman's enemies. Just get his health down, use the quick time event, and the gold ring will spawn right on top of them. Oh, no? Okay, it's the next room. Yeah. I knew there was 2 rooms. Just thought the previous room was one of them. I need some health though. Thank you. Anything else? Anything I can grab here? Nothing there. Some unleashed energy, which is always nice. I got my health full. Ready for the next room. Let's go. Last section. Grab the buffs, attack, defense, and we got 2 big... No, those are not big mothers, aren't they? It's gonna be slightly trickier because there are 2 of them, but still it's nothing too hard. Once you take care of one, it's fairly easy. There's a wizard, you don't really need to care for him at all. If you have enough unleashed energy, of course, which is something we have. And there we go, we're done. GG mates, we're done with Unleashed. Not Unleashed, with Eggmanland. We still have probably 2 more episodes. The boss battle is so long, it drags out for too long. We're gonna have 2 more episodes, but that is done for Eggmanland. Now we're gonna have a cutscene, and that's where I'm gonna end the episode. I might cut it out a little short because it's gonna move on real quick. I might actually do that in a single part and edit things later. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. So this is where I'm doing my outro, then there's gonna be a cutscene, then we're gonna move on to the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for the next Sonic Unleashed episodes where we move on to the final fight. You can find me on facebook.com/Gamerturk and on Twitter @Gamerturk95. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. And enjoy the cutscene, of course.
The final Chaos Emerald. Back at last. This should put the world back to normal. Dark Gaia will go back to being sealed within the core, and my work will be done.
That's great, Chip.
Yup. Thank you, Sonic. It's all thanks to you. Yeah!